Alright, so this is my project, my LM317 power supply. Let's go ahead and look over the circuit. So we have the AC in going to the negative, going to a fuse, positive going to a switch, and that in part goes to the transformer. After going to the transformer, it runs into our bridge rectifier. Output of the bridge rectifier, the negative end goes into our negative terminal, positive end goes to the in terminal of our LM317, as well as the 1000 microfarads 50 volts capacitor and the 0.1 microfarads capacitor, which are both in parallel. Then we have our potentiometer, which is in parallel with our 12K resistor. We have a 220 ohm resistor that connects the out and the adjust. And then we have our diode, which connects to the adjust, and as well as a 10 microfarad 50 volt capacitor. And then we have, last but not least, a 470 microfarads capacitor at 50 volts. So let's go ahead and see what it looks like. So first we will start with the ACN. So the ACN, I took an old cord that I had, I cut it, cut the cord to expose the positive and negative wires. The positive wire goes to the switch, which then goes to our transformer. And then the negative goes to our fuse holder, or 0.5 amp fuse holder, up to the negative side of the transformer. Now, this switch is an illuminated rocker switch. I tried to do the illumination because that's what this white wire is for. And it said to hook it up to the negative end, so I did, and it didn't do anything for me. Nope, I guess it's too small or something. So I just sealed those off so I don't electrocute myself accidentally. After that, we ran the power to our board. Power goes into the bridge rectifier, out to both the capacitor, going out to the capacitor, I put a jumper to the positive end, and from that positive end right next to it, I jumped to the first pin, the third pin, which is the N pin for the LM317. The 0.1 microfarads capacitor is up to that end. I have my 12K potentiometer, which I have connected the negative side to the negative terminal bus, positive tied to the first pin, which is the adjustable. That is in parallel with a 12K resistor, and then coming out of our out pin, which is our second pin, sorry, I forgot to mention that right there. So that's the 220 ohm resistor that joins the out and the adjustable, which is pins 1 and 2. So on pin 2, which is the out, we have our capacitor, which is 10 microfarads of 50 volts, in line with our diode. Then I also have the 1N4007 diode that is connecting the in and the out, just pins 2 and 3. And then last but not least, we have our 470 microohms 50 volt capacitor, which this one is actually, oh, I can't remember. I want to say it's 63 volts, but still higher than 50 volts. But we have that one going from our out, which is pin 2, by using a jumper to jump over to our negative, and the negative side goes to the negative side of the bus bar. Now, alright, so we're going to go ahead and connect it. So I have this safety power strip that has its own safety on it. So we're all hooked up, we're live. Let's go ahead and switch it on. Just our rocker switch. Power on. Then we're going to go ahead and turn on our voltage. So right now we are looking at 34 volts DC. So let's go ahead and turn this. See if we can get that down to 30. Right, so I have it turned at the most that I can turn it at. Oh, and looks like it's going to blow up. So it looks like, yep, so it looks like our 220 one blew up. But as you can see, it worked.